Hey guys, what is up? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency video. If it's your first time to the channel, for daily news and information on the digital asset space, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So again, guys, we have some news from Coinbase Pro. Trading on the Algo USD order book is about to begin. So cool to see some developments. Again, I am not the biggest fan of Coinbase. We all know that. But hopefully they increase their platform. I have been a big fan of BitTrue recently, especially for all the XRP pairing. I was definitely a little cynical at first, but started an account last week or so. So if you guys want to check out an account, there are links in the description. But again, guys, what I want to talk about today is obviously the massive dump that we saw. It did hit like mid 24 cents with XRP, and everybody's freaking out. And again, this is like clockwork in this space. A lot of people, are cynical and skeptical, and we all act like we're mature investors until you get hit in the face, and then you actually start second guessing yourself. And what you have to do is take yourself back to the fundamentals. Again, oftentimes if you're over invested, that's why those are the people that are lashing out, that are angry, that are saying Ripple, the private company, dumps XRP to institutions. It's all just one giant elaborate scam. That's a complete joke to me. Anybody that I see that on Twitter, I'm honestly just starting to block them because it's a complete joke. I'm not going to waste my time explaining, and it just means that they're not well aware of how this ecosystem works and how investing in a business and building that foundation is actually the key to long-term success. And again, Bob Way, one of the first employees of Ripple back in the day, he is so bullish. And again, the digital asset investor did cover this already, but Bob Way says, if you're trying to estimate the size of a building under construction, start by looking at the size of the foundation being performed or being poured. And again, that is massive. Bob Way is extremely bullish on XRP. There's a lot of, personal information I've received that makes me extremely bullish on XRP. And this is just one of the, many examples of manipulation. So, even on the 13th of August, 2 days ago, Goldman Sachs and other institutions released some articles saying it's a great day to buy Bitcoin. Go into Bitcoin, go now, great opportunity. Yet the next day, there was a massive dump on the market, a collaborative, dump. It really makes you question things. And you're going to see this time and time again. We're going to have some other news, within the next few weeks that's extremely bullish, and everybody that sold out of Bitcoin is, going to be screwed. It's just very sad to see that, but that's my personal belief. None of this is financial advice, but I want to, talk on YouTube about this. Get your guys' thoughts down below as well. Now, in 2018, again, the bears never broke that 25-cent mark. 25 cents was the all-time low for XRP. And I literally, like last week or like recently, said I do not see XRP going below 25 cents again because of all the news, which I will go over some, a quick thread of some of the major developments we've had for the XRP ecosystem. And I literally said I do not believe, we're going to see below 25 cents. And I was being honest, and it was not financial advice. Yet we broke 25 cents and we're at like 24 and a half. I know now we're at like 26 cents. We might be here for a while before Bitcoin again breaks, that 10K, 11,000. I'd say, Bitcoin will break 11,000 again, in the next week or so. But again, guys, could we go lower? Absolutely. It's a possibility, which is fine with me. I'm not freaking out. Again, there's massive support for 20 cents at XRP, historically speaking. And also, historically speaking, there's always these massive price dumps that happen before a bull run. It's these giant wicks, and it leads me to, be skeptical. And, I'm starting to speculate and think that perhaps backed or some massive news is on the way to get that price back up again. So again, guys, the digital asset investor, he's right. He's been invested in XRP for 6 years. He's a prime example of the maturity we need to have in this nascent space. I wholeheartedly agree with everything he's been saying. Again, the SEC would have kicked Ripple's doors down 7 years ago if XRP was truly an unregistered security. My opinion, do not fear. Again, classification, if it doesn't come, they're never going to call, XRP a security. I promise that. That is my opinion, and I don't think we'll see that. I think there's going to be some vague terms, or it's going to be unclassified, or it'll be some type of digital asset that helps the network function. things of that nature. Now, there's this really cool tweet here by Thal Rathar on Twitter. And again, he says, a lot of turmoil again about XRP being a security or not. I can almost promise you it's not, because the SEC has stated tokens sold for use in a functioning network rather than as investment contracts falls outside the definition of security. And then the next one, and again, you guys can, check out the actual snippets, but I'm just going to read it on Twitter here. Once a network becomes truly decentralized, the ability to identify an issuer or promoter to make the requisite disclosure becomes less meaningful, and offers and sales of tokens are no longer subject to securities laws. And again, we have the sources right here, security.gov. And again, guys, I am bullish as ever. This is going to shake the weak hands as always. And I know people are like, "Oh, I'm sick of you saying this is a buying opportunity. I cannot invest anymore." Don't. I want you guys to be able to sleep well at night. You either believe in this project or you don't. You either believe in crypto or you don't. Again, there's 2,000 other projects. You could be investing in real estate, precious metals, stocks, bonds, whatever. But I'm telling you that I believe that XRP long-term has the greatest potential upside of them all. I'm bullish as ever. Nothing's going to change whether it does go to fractions of a penny when I first found XRP. It doesn't matter, because the utilization long-term is going to outweigh that. And this is going to transform from a speculative market to a market based off of utility and legitimate projects. All right, look at the foundation that's being built. Look at the investment, again, that just went into Coil with web monetization. There's a greater plan and vision at play here. If you don't follow that and you can't see what Ripple as a company, what SBI, what R3, what this entire ecosystem is evolving into to allow XRP to function as one of the primary bridge assets of the financial world, I don't know what to tell you. And all I think is you just haven't done your research, and that's fine. But again, make sure you know what you're talking about. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to cover? And I know I'm kind of ranting, but there's just a lot going on and a lot of negativity in this space, and it's upsetting. And again, I don't care. I mean, if you sell, that's fine. I don't care. I'll be making these videos covering the news even if I only get 100 views, because I'm doing it anyway. And for the people that are strong enough to withstand the storm, I really, really think that we're all going to be very happy. All right. And again, literally the other day, I was, being bullish on Twitter saying, hold, stay strong. I'm confident in upside potential. And somebody on Twitter with the handle named XRP Killer goes, "Kevin Cage, for someone that isn't upset, it seems like you have hidden motives. I'll be watching you, son." Like, what does that mean? Like, my only motive is XRP. I'm clearly invested in XRP. I spread news about XRP. My long-term motives is financial freedom for, generations to come, for my family and friends. That's my motive. My motive is to accumulate. My motive is to, expand news, both good and bad, about investing in this digital asset space, because I believe it is going to be worth trillions in terms of market capitalization. I think the digital asset space is going to far surpass gold and precious metals, because there's so many other use cases and applications. The pain points are, unbelievable today. And I'm not saying that cryptos are going to replace banking and all of that. I'm not unrealistic, but what I'm saying is that there are these ecosystems, digital assets, cryptocurrencies, whatever terminology you want to use, and blockchain is going to, stand side by side with the current financial world, and they are going to blend to create and integrate something far, far more superior, efficient, transparent, immutable, decentralized. That's what I believe. And that's what we're seeing each and every day. And I mean, if you can go back the past, 7 years with Ripple, the private company's development, and you'll have to agree. So that's what I'm talking about. Again, anybody that tells me they're going to be watching me on Twitter, it sounds like a threat. I'm blocking you. Like, we can be mature and talk about things. All right? Lastly, I'm going to finish off with this tweet by I Am Legion. Definite follow on Twitter, guys. He makes some amazing threads for the XRP community. So right here, showing XRP, all right, 10% down. There was a massive drop. It was like 14 to 15% down at some point within minutes yesterday. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, of course it's, a collaborative dump. Something's going on in the back end. And again, people weren't even really able to make trades at the lowest point, which was kind of strange. I know, they said order books were insufficient. Certain exchanges were down. And, I have my own personal thoughts about that. But okay, as we can see here, here's just a few developments over the past few years I want to go over. Ripple, National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia joins RippleNet. Must be a scam. National Bank of Kuwait launches Ripple-based cross-border payments product. Must be a scam. XRP specializes in cross-border. Ripple announces strategic partnership with money transfer giant MoneyGram. Again, must be a scam. Visa and MoneyGram team up to simplify overseas money. This was in 2018. Look at everything happening on the back end. Again, we have the huge players. We got SBI and Ripple. Full-scale efforts towards increasing financial services using Ripple's XRP and R3's Corda. Corda, the open source blockchain platform. I mean, we even have MoneyTap, which is that peer-to-peer app as well for banking to settle funds instantaneously. We have Corda right here, hand in hand. Corda, SBI, Ripple, they all own a lot of XRP. They have a vested interest in letting this ecosystem survive, thrive, and appreciate. But again, you have to build that foundation. Next, we've talked about HomeSend, the connections with MasterCard. Again, and even eServe Global, we've covered this in the past as well, thanks to I Am Legion. And then look right on HomeSend, boom, we got MoneyGram again. These players are all connected. And of course, we've covered Volplay with Volante. I don't need to go over that again. And of course, different technological partners. And of course, ACI as well, Universal Payments. Let's see, Earthport is a huge one, of course, with their connections with Visa. As you can see, there's other teammates as well. I know, I've used Skrill. I've used Payoneer. Of course, you guys know Stripe on the e-commerce space. Merrill Lynch. We got, RIA, RIA. TransferWise, huge recognizable names with Earthport. And I know this is stretching, but I just want to show you that everything truly is interconnected and they're still going to need a bridge asset. So that is the speculative part of this video. Again, Instamatch, this is right on R3's website. We've talked about them. Lian, which is massive international, joins RippleNet to provide faster payments into China. The secret sauce, or how did Amex do it? American Express again. The approval was actually given to the JV, the joint venture, 50-50 joint venture between American Express and Lian Group. And we know that American Express is already a partner on RippleNet. First global and Lian Pay complete first phase of beta testing on the WeChat platform. Look at these connections. We're almost done here, but I just want to keep going and just show you the legitimacy of this project. SBI Ripple Asia. We have Coin One, of course, which we'll talk about. XRP-centric SBI Holdings partners with China's OneConnect that serves 468 banks and more. Remember, Ripple might, sign certain groups one by one with, contracts, production contracts, but when we connect with huge players and actually integrate within their system, we're connected to much more. 468 banks right there. The OneConnect serves 468 banks and 1,890 financial institutions in China by tapping into Ping An's resources of AI, blockchain technology, biometric identification, and cloud technologies. OneConnect. All right, absolutely massive, guys. Look at these connections. Granted, this is still a lot of speculation, but not the speculation, but these actual connections and relationships and test trials and proof of concepts all exist today. All right, we got more information on WeChat. Alipay is going to be massive. We got Ripple, of course. And I know Ripple's, basically a partner with every payment provider today, whether they're live or not, they've been tested. And that's, again, more and more proof that I want to emphasize. Ripple's global payment setup. I mean, guys, the proof is all around us. And then this is the last thing I would just want to talk about, because R3, I believe, is going to be in the world of trade finance, and they are going to be transferring the trillions, whereas Ripple will work on the smaller players in the world of remittance payments, cross-border payments, and they'll work on the billions. We need to develop that liquidity, develop the payment rails even more. Once there's adequate liquidity, we can start sending larger and larger payments. Again, the corridors then become more efficient, which is huge. Team up with 12 banks to trial XRP. This is back in 2016. Plans within plans. Ripple's proud to work with R3 and its member banks to institutionalize XRP as a bridge asset. That's exactly what I believe it's going to be. And again, for those of you that doubt it, R3, huge conglomerate, well connected with Wall Street and the central banks, launches Universal Settler application, and this is Corda, their open source blockchain platform. And XRP is the first settlement mechanism to facilitate global payments. I don't know what else to say, guys. If you're doubting it, I don't know what else to tell you. I am here long term. Of course, I am an XRP maximalist, because I don't think there's any other project in the digital asset space that has the highest potential, highest upside, is the most legitimate out of all of these. Again, it can scale, it's fast, it's secure. Again, we've been around for 7 years. Arguably, I would like to say, if you're talking about, OpenCoin, we've been around before Bitcoin. For God's sake, the CTO of Ripple was the first human to patent blockchain technology in 1988. This is like pre-internet era. This is why I'm bullish. This is why this is a hype video. Yeah, because I am pumped. If we go lower, that's fine. I just, want the right people to know that, investing is right for them in this digital asset space, that they should absolutely stick around. If not, sell. That's completely fine. You make sure that you can sleep at night. If you're actually angry and bothered by this price, that must mean that you've overinvested and you need that money. And yeah, I would be stressed too. I would be lashing out as well. But do not invest more than you're willing to lose. Remember, there's risk with everything, and I am here long term. I believe in it. But with that, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.